Hey guys, welcome to Chalkin History with Shelly Kallach. It's Monday night and we're chalking the Etched Pumpkins tonight. I'm going to tell you something about them as well. So stay tuned. Say hello. Just want to make sure. I think we are live. Looks like it. Except we're spinning. Okay. We're gonna see how this goes tonight, guys. Here we go. We're moving now. All right. Welcome in. Tonight we're gonna work on a wood tray with the Etched down south in South Carolina next month. So I'm really excited about that opportunity and can't wait to spread the joy down there. One of two trays, one of two designs. This tray with the Etched Pumpkins, or that by tray with the Etched Pumpkins, or that by the seashore transfer. So I'm excited about it. I think they will be able to start registering tomorrow. So I'm so excited. If you're in the Hilton Head Island area, that's where I'll be. Come check it out. Okay. So I went ahead and used some of our Dixie Belle Voodoo stain. This is the Up in Smoke. And I got the tray through online, very inexpensive. And I already stained like the back and the sides and all that. So I was going to take a minute to finish staining so you could see how I do it. I put a rubber glove on. Actually, it's a nitrile glove for those that may have latex allergies. All right, we're going to make sure that's nice and shut. I'm going to shake it up a little. Applicator sponge. And I have a foam brush so I can kind of get in those corners. So that's what we'll do first. I'm just kind of going to go around with a generous amount. I'll grab my foam brush and we're going to get it in those corners. Say hi as you're hopping on. Get all those corners good and coated. I don't use wood stains much, but I really do like the ease of these. All right, so we're going around. Gotta get in those corners. Oh, the corners are the worst areas to get. Why isn't it more easier than that? Okay, I think I got that guy, that corner. All right. Now we're just going to kind of spread the stain as much as we can here. Inside here. Okay, then I'm going to kind of move over to this guy. Kind of like a foam sponge. And it really does help spread it evenly. Nice thin coat. You can always go over it several times. You want to protect your surface. I did not do that. This is our mat, our self-healing mat, which I love. Okay, so I am just kind of spreading this around. If you feel like you need more, go ahead and take my foam brush. Just kind of dab it on there. And then we'll give it a quick dry before we proceed. I'll have to get inside those handles too, but for now I just want to make sure I get all the big areas coated. So you're kind of putting the stain on, and then I kind of take any excess off. Like I said, you can give it a second coat, and I find that if I dab it, it does get darker on me and it doesn't look so, what's the word, so light, I guess. When you layer the stain, it gets darker, which is kind of nice. So I kind of just dab it. But I love the stain. It really does make the wood grain come out real nice. And then I'm going to go in these corners and just get all that excess out of there. Kind of brush it out so you don't see opposite strokes there. Okay, let's get inside here. I'm just going to dab it. I'm not even going to try to brush it. I'm just going to kind of dab it in there. We're doing here. Oh, got a little bit on the outside there. Get the inside of the top. Okay. Okay, that side's good. Let's get the bottom. Say hello as you're hopping on. Tell me what's going on. What are you up to tonight? I finished the 'Tis the Season football project, so I'll post pictures of that. I would like to find some ribbon with Cleveland Browns on it. I think I found some, and it's going to take some time to get delivered, but I could always post that after I get it. Okay. All right. I think we are well coated here. All right, let's put this aside here. I'm going to take this sponge, just kind of sponge it again. Problem with a round sponge is it's hard to get into the corners. It's like, you know, the whole putting a square peg in a circle hole. Doesn't really work that well, does it? All right, that's that. Isn't that a pretty color? It's a nice gray. You can see all the wood grain. We're gonna go ahead and get that dry. I'm gonna take my heavy-duty heat gun here. Just dry. And then what I'm probably going to do is give it a nice little layer of wax. There's seams. It seems to be a little wet still in the seams, so I'm going to try to really get that dry. Don't want that getting wet. Like I said, you could always go over it multiple times if you want to get a darker look to it. It does build. Oh, one there feels good. Paper towel here. I'll take a paper towel and I'm just going to dab in those edges here. Make sure it's nice and dry. I didn't think I'm getting in there, so I think it's dry. It just looks wet. Could be the glue they used to get it. I really got to push it in there to get it in there. Okay, we're good. Let's go ahead and get our wax. And I'm also going to warm this up a little bit more because I think the wax will go on really nice. It'll melt real nice. A nice little layer of wax. Okay. Take this off. All right. See, it goes on kind of clumpy, but we're going to smooth it out. I'm going to go against the grain too, just to make sure it fills in any kind of little little waves and all that. All those areas that our paste could find just a little bit of area for it to travel. This is going to help with that. When you have a very porous surface, our paste, because it's semi-liquid, it will find the littlest of cracks and travel. So this just helps with that. Right. See how I'm doing here. You can kind of see there's a little bit of a sheen there, which is good. All right, so we've applied it. Now we want to take it off, or at least buff it in a little bit. So I'm going to take a clean paper towel. Go back and forth. You can really see that sheen. On this side. You don't have to wax the entire thing unless you plan on chalking on the whole thing. We're just going to do inside. All right. Okay, we're good. I'm going to keep this very neutral. I'm not going to add any color. I just can't decide if I want to do black or white? I think white. I think white is going to be better. I really do. I think we're going to go with white. All right, let's open this up. So it's a B-size transfer. It's 8.5 by 11. Now, this is one of 3 transfers that you can earn for free if you decide to host a workshop with some friends. You would contact me, say, hey, Shelly, I got 3 or 4 friends. We want to get together. You can get together in my studio. We can get together at your house. I don't even have to be there. If you're pros at chalking and you just want to get together and have some fun, let me know. I get the order placed for you, and then you'll get this one. You'll get a free D-size transfer. That one is, I'm trying to think what it's called. Cannot remember the name of that one, but that has this on it. It has the carnation, and then you'll get the little A-size carnation, etched carnation. So all 3 of those you get, and that program starts tomorrow. Now, it's not something, an order you can place to get the free transfers. I have to place the order. That's the way it's going to work. It is a pilot program, so they're trying it out. It's not like a program where, like, say, Pampered Chef or something, where you can build your rewards with so many orders placed or so much in an order. It's just kind of like a one-time thing. You have to spend a minimum of $250, and then they automatically throw those 3 transfers in your box, okay? So if anyone is interested in that, let me know. I don't have any markers. Let's go ahead and get this off. We're going to try to center it. Now, because I waxed it, I do not have to fuzz my transfer. So we're just going to kind of, that was pretty good placement. I'm just going to kind of put it down, see where we're at. Make sure I'm not crooked. I feel like it's okay. What do you guys think? That looks pretty good. My camera may be tilted, so it may look a little crooked. But I think on my end, we're good. All right, so we're gonna press it down. You don't want any wrinkles. You want to make sure like there's no pieces of hairs or fuzz or anything like that underneath, especially wherever your silk screen is. Wherever you see the surface coming through your design, that's the silk screen mesh, and that's what we're going to press the paste through, and then it ends up on your surface. All right. I know, believe it or not, it's time to start thinking fall, especially with these hot temperatures. I don't know about you, but I do not like the 90s. It's too hot for me. All right, let's one last look. Looks good to me. All right, let's do white, guys. We're gonna do white. Let me grab a squeegee. I set up my desk. It's all clean. Ooh, we need to mix this guy up. That is really thick. So we're gonna add some water. Where'd my water go? Here it is. We're gonna give it a squirt. Nice long squirt. Let me grab a stir stick. All right. Take that off for a moment. And we're just gonna mix this up. It's a little thick. Guys, I haven't chalked in so long, but it feels so good to be back. Let's get this mixed in here. If you're gonna add water, please add either distilled water, your refrigerator filtered water, or bottled water. They say no to your tap water, okay? No tap water. I'm gonna give it one little extra squirt. That's a good, creamy, dreamy consistency. All right. Now we can just smear some on, get it off our stir stick. Okay, then we're going to take our squeegee. I'm going to kind of go with the grain of my wood straight across. I'm holding my squeegee a little more upright. If I want to spread, I kind of flatten it. Okay, so you'll see that applies it. You also want to watch your edges. Don't go off your edges. But then when you come back with a upright squeegee, I might have gone off there. Okay, it takes off your excess for you. And it pushes through the perfect amount of chalk paste, okay? So then you want to put all your excess back in your jar. Okay, again, watch those edges. Very easy project. Now, our chalk paste is not food safe. So you're going to want to coat it with a food safe sealant. They have sprays that you can use. I am going to probably use an epoxy resin. Now we do have epoxy resin. However, I'm not sure if it's food safe. I don't know that anyone's ever asked that question yet. So I can't advise at this point. So then you just kind of peel it. Oh my gosh, isn't that amazing? Look how pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. So pretty. Let's get this nice and dry. Now we do have a heat tool of our own that you can use. What I like about this tray is it's kind of fun. It does have an arched handle. You could wrap if you wanted to do some kind of a string around there, if you wanted to make it more postal, which I probably will do for my other tray when I make that. You could put wood beads around on the inside if you could find the right size. I was playing with the ones I have and I couldn't get them to fit just right. So I have to find the right size for that. But how fun is that? Okay, nice and dry. I love the white. So pretty. All right, I think it's dry. Now, if you wanted to take this a step further, you could take down some watered down paste, or just if you have like watercolor paint, so you want to thin it up really nice and thin to a water, like a water wash, so like it's barely color, you know what I'm saying, like a whitewash kind of thing, but not white. You could do it with colors. Anyway, you can color in, let's say you colored in the leaf green, then you would clean your transfer and put it back down and then do another coat of whatever color you originally used, and the color would be underneath. I'm tempted to try it, but probably not this time. What time are we sitting at? It's almost 9. We could, 9 my time. We could try it. But what I like about this tray is you could flip it. Now it's a little tipsy topsy-turvy, but I don't know, that could be fun if you put stuff on there to hold, if you balanced it just right. you could probably display it that way. Let's try it, guys. Let's see what, well, I didn't wax it, so let me get my wax. Let's do it the right way so we don't have any mistakes. We don't like mistakes. Okay. Get some wax here. Really work it into that surface. I'm just kind of doing where I think the design is going to end up here. Okay, I can see it's dull because of all our wax. Okay, now I'm going to get a clean sheet of paper towel, and then we'll buff it. Trying not to shake my table. Okay, I think we're good. All right. All right, we're gonna do it without washing. It should be okay. It's always okay to chalk and then do it again without washing in between. I like to wash in between just because I feel like I just have a nice clean transfer and should have a good outcome. Let's see, let's press that down. You know what? I am going to trust myself, and I am going to clean it real quick here, guys. Real fast. Okay, so what you do is you can take it to your sink, you know, bathtub, wherever. Get it wet. And what this does is it brings that paste back to life because it dries on us, okay? It gets dry, which is what we want, so it stays on its surface. Okay, we sell board erasers. They come in a 2-pack. So I'm gonna grab one. And let's get that wet. Oh, they used to have like a knobby side, but I don't see that on this one. Oh, maybe I do a little bit. Okay, I get it wet. I first take a wipe. Don't use baby wipes, they have stuff in them. Just use a regular antibacterial wipe. And I get a lot of that leftover paste off. Okay. Wipe that off. Wipe our table. Turn it over. Grab another wipe. Wash this side down. This is the sticky side, and believe it or not, the mesh will hold a lot of that chalk paste. Okay, so I wipe that down. Grab a paper towel. Wipe that up real quick. lay that back down. Okay, sticky side first. I take my transfer, or actually let's flip it. Okay, this is the side we chalk on. I take my board eraser and I rub it across. All right, still looks pretty white, right? Get my wipe. All right, now we're gonna flip it. Sticky side up. Get this a little damp. Then we're gonna take our board eraser. And clean that out. Oops. I love, love, love our board erasers. Okay. Just wipe this off here. Still looks dirty. Still looks white, and I think a lot of that might be from the board eraser. Like I said, the board eraser seems a little different. Whew, shirt's moving all over the place. There we go. Let's get this cleaned up here. Of course, it goes a lot quicker if you could do it in your sink. Okay. Now we're going to take that moisture off the top. Can you see how clear that is now? We want to get that moisture off the top. We don't want a wet transfer. Okay, especially if we're laying it back down on a project, because what does water do? It reactivates our chalk paste. So what was once dry will be wet again, and we don't want that, okay? So we're just taking that moisture off. Let's get our garbage out of here. When you get the majority of that, and I kind of just wave it. Let the air hit it a little bit. Don't use a hair dryer or anything like that, like a hot heat tool. You could, I suppose, use our, look at that, sticky like never before. You could use our heat gun, except, I don't know, I would use it on low and just from far away if you want to get it dry. But honestly, just waving it in the air works too. Okay, let's get this placed. Okay. Make sure you pat that down. Do like a little watercoloring effect here. All right, we're first gonna do, I wonder if we should do black this time. Let's do ash. Ash is one of our new en vogue colors. It's a nice dark, dark, dark gray. So it's in between our storm and black velvets. So we'll use that. And I am just a messy Marvin. Just a messy Marvin. Clean off my stain bottle too. Make sure it's closed. You don't want any mishaps. Put that out of reach. Let's grab another squeegee. Okay, let's do it in ash. All right, and we're just going to go across. See what we think about the darker color too. I am putting a lot on because this little bit at a time is not working for me. Again, mind your edges. You don't want to go off. If you should happen to go off and you waxed ahead of time, that will help. That will be your saving grace. Okay, now we're going to hold our squeegee upright, and I'm going to get off all that excess. And we're going to put that back in our jar so that we can use it again. Because I am really loving this ash color. Okay. And the more you squeegee off, the better, because then it doesn't take too long to clean up. Okay, let's put that over there. Check fingers, be careful taking off. There it is as dark gray, which is also very pretty. Put that off to the side. Let's get this dried up here. And then we're going to color in the leaves. We'll do down a little bit of green, and then I might do the pumpkins. Let's see what it looks like first with the leaves. You guys like that dark gray versus the white? What do you think? I love it. I also love the white. But we're experimenting. We're just taking chances, trying things out. All right. I'm going to grab our ivy. So ivy is another new color and Vogue color. It is a nice, warm green. Get some paintbrushes here. Just grab a few here. We'll need some paint trays, color trays. All right, let's put some water in here. This is how you make a water wash. I'm going to take a little scoop of our ivy. I'm just going to kind of put it in the water. And you're just making a color wash. Okay. All right. Let's see how this turns out. So it's okay to go over the gray that we already, oh, you know what? It's waxed. So we're gonna see, this may not work very well. Yeah, this may not work very well because it's waxed. I definitely recommend waxing. I love waxing my woods before I do anything. However, color washing could present as a challenge. There, it's starting to fill in now. Could thicken it up a little bit with more paste. We're just going to let that sit on top for a minute here. Try to stay in the borders there of that leaf. Okay. We're going to see how this turns out. I'm going to put this on low so I don't blow it around. Let's try to get it dry a little bit. Now it is water, so water does take time to dry. So be patient. Now it's somewhat dry, so now I can put up the power a little bit. It's actually drying pretty cool. I don't know if you guys can see. It's kind of dark and light, which is kind of cool. You could get really creative. You could do the stems in brown, do your pumpkins in different colors. If you want to do white and gray and yellow and orange. I might just do the leaves and that's it. Okay. Try to get that closer so you can see. So there it is. So of course you lose the lines from when we originally pasted. I'm going to add just a little bit more to the water here. See if I can thicken it up a little bit. All right, let's do this leaf. I'm kind of just pouncing it on, dabbing it on. Stay within those borders. You will see it start to separate because of the wax that we applied. Okay, that one went on a lot better. All right, now let's do this one over here. Just kind of pouncing it on, staying within those lines. Can't wait to see how this turns out. Must not have been as much wax over here, because this went on pretty nicely. You can add more paste if you want to thicken it up some. I could just take it straight out of the jar. Looks like it has a spotted leaf. All right, let's get this dried up. Okay. Let's see what it looks like when it's all done. I start on low, just so I don't blow it away and make more of a mess. And then we'll put our transfer back down and just chalk over the leaves. We don't have to redo the entire transfer, just the leaves. I'll also probably put a nice little thin layer of wax on top of the leaves first. You want to make sure it's nice and dry, especially if you're going to re-wax it, because you don't want to spread that color all over. So we really want to make sure this is nice and dry. It'll take some time to dry, especially if you put on a couple coats or you put more water in a spot. If you get it too warm, let's say you did wax it, you will start to melt the wax. So kind of pull off your, pull away your dryer a little bit, so it has a chance to cool. All right, I'll show you a before up close. See how you can't really see the lines of the leaves. All right, let's put our transfer back on. Put our colors to the side. Or no, we said we're gonna re-wax. Let's do that. Can't forget that. Grab my wax. You guys, I love my wax. Love, love, love using my wax. A lot of people don't, but I do. And I just kind of lightly go over it. Just kind of put it on top. Again, you want to make sure it's dry because you don't want to be swirling that green all over the place. Okay, that's applied. Now I'm going to kind of just turn this inside out, and we're going to buff it real quick. That way our paste sits on top. Okay. So you can see the shine on there. Okay. Throw that out. Side. Okay. Moment of truth. Let's line this back up. It's not too horrible lining back up. You can kind of see where you've been. And honestly, we just need to put down just over the leaves. That's all. And I'm just going to kind of rub it down. I'm not really like laying into it. Okay, just around the leaves. All right, let's grab our paste and our squeegee here. Let's do this one. Let's see. I'm going to kind of do it outwards here. Okay. Nice thin layer of chalk paste. It's okay if you chalk a little bit of the rest of the design here. We'll just have another little layer of chalk on top. That's all. But you want a nice thin layer. Grab a little bit more for this guy here. Just spin it here. Okay, excess back in your jar for the next project. And then we're gonna remove it. Oh yeah. Perfect, 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 perfect. Oh my gosh, so nice. Let's get it dry and then I'll give you a close-up. Here it is. Can you see the gray? There we go. What do you guys think? Is that not the coolest thing? This would look beautiful if the pumpkins were done, and, you know, the stems. But I think just highlighting the green is kind of cool too. So that is that. It is a reversible. So tell me if you like the white side or the gray side better. I'm interested in knowing what you guys think. Tell me in the comments. I am going to clean up, and I hope you guys have a great